Battle of the Challenges podcast. Where'd he go? Where did Dave go?
He's already out. He's like, I can't take any more of this conversation, even though it hasn't started. Bye.
You're not too far off there.
All right. Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud, and I'm representing Wisconsin in this national broadcast.
All right. I am Scott Allwood, representing Illinois.
I am David Lauer. I'm representing Oklahoma.
Oh my God, you betrayer. You could have represented Wisconsin and I would have accepted that. But
Wow.
how long have you been there now, Dave?
Since 2020, July of 2020. So like a year and a half, 2.5 years. I don't know. It's too much math.
Yeah.
Don't put me on the spot.
Stop making me think.
Yeah, we're here to talk about the challenge, not think. Come on. All right.
The reason I watch the challenge is because I don't want to think.
Yeah, let's talk about the Paramount show. I thought this was called the Global Challenge, but it's not. It's called World Championship. And the first 2 episodes dropped, and I wanted to discuss that. We'll cover episode 1 very broadly, and then into 2. So let's go. Okay, all I have written down is oh shit. Okay, so 4 from all 4 different seasons, Australia, Argentina, UK, USA show up. Those are the MVPs. But they're there to do a qualifier, right? That's like the first thing that happens. Now, I don't want to poo-poo everything, but right away I'm like, wasn't the fact that they're here
do everything?
The fact that they won their season, it means nothing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah, it's so bizarre. It I don't know. But then
it kind of makes sense because we know that certain people are, if Bananas and Jordan, they probably weren't watching those seasons because they were on a season, in the reality world, they were just all in Argentina filming Ride or Dies. And now they're here.
Right.
So, for us, the viewer who doesn't understand that, that was 6 months ago, they're thinking oh yeah, they didn't have a chance to watch it because
they don't have a Paramount Plus hookup. No. If I was producers,
think about how the champions I didn't even think about how they won and then had to do this stupid little qualifier. I didn't even think about that. Now I'm sitting here going, that is so messed up. Not cool. They've already proven themselves.
But also, I guess we have to mention that something was considered a flop. I think it was UK, and there was only 5 episodes, something like that. I think I might have talked to one of you guys. You're so interchangeable about that.
There was only 5 episodes. Yeah.
Right.
None of them did really well. I think Argentina did the best out of the 3.
And I can't even see that. I can't even watch it. But that's what I was going to go into next really quick. When all these people showed up, I didn't know who they were. But then last night, before I showed up here, I watched the final for UK and Australia. So now I kind of know who these people are in a way. So are you guys familiar?
Yeah, I watched Australia and UK. I liked them a lot. I liked them way more than Ride or Dies.
Even though they're the same fucking missions, eliminations,
that didn't
and
really
house.
bother me that much. There was, that one mission where they're having to go collect coins and figure out puzzles and stuff. I got tired of seeing that one, but every other one, I was like, this is fun. I don't mind.
Dave, did you watch anything?
I watched 1 episode of Australia, and I really liked Troy. So then when I watched this episode, I was very excited that Troy was there because I liked him a lot. So just because he's not American Ninja Warrior, but Ninja
Yes.
Warrior.
Australian Ninja Warrior.
Yeah. So I don't know, just seeing him on that concrete block and rolling with it, I was just like, yeah, this guy's awesome.
He actually won his Australia Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that final and he was awesome. Like he was banged
Oh
up
my
like
gosh.
crazy,
The
right?
episode before the final, when he finally goes into elimination and he has to do the tug and pull elimination, was insane. He kept just getting smashed and thrown and thrown. He was like, dish, 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 dish. And then he just kept holding on and eventually won it. It was amazing. I love Troy.
He's
Yeah,
not a
that
big dude
elimination
either.
was awesome.
Oh
He
shit, you
must have
saw
been
that?
like 40 pounds smaller than him.
Yeah, he impressed me a lot. So, and I didn't realize who he was even with these 2 episodes. So I'm glad I did some research. All right, but okay, so
So then the legends arrive.
yes, they show up and they're there to watch, man. This fucking qualifier. So annoying. But the first thing is the eating and I don't know. I Eating is usually almost always the last thing you see or somewhere in the middle. It's not right at the beginning with the throwing up. That seemed
Yeah,
odd to me. Yeah.
I didn't think about that, but you're right.
What
And it
did you
probably
think
made
about Scott?
everything. uh, but yeah, then
Because
because
I'm
they
tired
drink
of
all this
blowing your
crazy.
mind with every sentence.
Whoa. But they had to eat all this or drink all that, whatever it is. I don't remember what it was. But then do all these activities, which would have been difficult.
Okay, and then they have to hammer some tires. But again, okay, so this is a qualifier, but it's not that the legends get to observe. I mean, they get to observe, but they don't have a choice in the matter. So to call it a qualifier it doesn't work. This is such an odd beginning. This and the legends, by the way, they don't do anything this whole episode.
Yeah,
It
that's true. That's right. They don't get to do shit. They're just watching, like, oh, cool. Yeah, you're doing great.
and some of them were okay. I gotta say this. Ben is like one of the first guys to get to the hammer time thing or hammer tire. I'm like, where's Tyson? That's the true MVP that needs to be here. And as much as I like Justine, where's Angela? You know, that's the other true MVP from
They didn't want to do
USA.
the show. Did you not read like their
No, I
interviews and
get
stuff
that.
afterwards?
I get
Okay.
that. Yeah. They got burned.
I was like,
That's
you had to.
understandable. Which brings this up. I just realized this morning. Argentina's champion did not show up, and they had one. They had one champion, and Sol Perez, I think, or Saul Perez. Yeah, he won or she won, and not here. Maybe they were just like, yeah, sure, I won, but this final was horrible and stuff. I don't know. Who knows?
I didn't know they had a say in it, which I figured it'd be like in their contract. If you win, you got to come on to this next show. But apparently it wasn't like that.
I wonder how much they got paid to win because I noticed that UK got 50 grand to win, but Australia got 100. That's crazy.
UK was also way shorter. They didn't have to do as many missions, right?
But yeah, and their
I guess
final
the
was weird.
final was the same. Had the same aspects. Oh
Yeah,
wait, no.
it was
They had
shorter for sure.
yeah.
Which, by the way, I've never watched a final done 4 times before. I watched Ride or Dies one time, and then I did the notes, and then Australia in the UK, where I'm like, oh my God, if I got to see people push a goddamn car one more time, oh my God. Let's jump to the cement roll where that ninja guy does a real good job. But a lot of the girls, did you notice how they like really like they just kind of walk on the side of it and kind of like
Yeah, at
slowly
first they
roll
were
it?
all like doing the whole thing that Troy was doing on his knees and rolling. And then everyone else kind of started doing this little weird walk thing, which I think I would have done. I wouldn't
Yeah.
trust myself with my knees. They're too banged up at this point after, you know. Anyway.
I could finish that for you, but my throat is sore. All right.
Okay, well, hang on. What we have to talk about these tires. Can't just gloss over. What was in these tires that made them like 400 or 500 pounds?
I don't
Great
Because
know.
point.
they're hitting them with a sledgehammer and they're moving like a quarter of an inch. And
Yeah.
we're seeing like guys like Ben is hitting them, and he's a big strong man, like, and it's barely moving. I didn't understand these tires.
I read that it took hours to do this
Uh,
little competition. So the tire part had to have taken forever.
that's so lame. That is
Yeah,
so lame.
and as they're doing it, I also like Johnny Bananas had like a line where he like chimes in. He's like, "Welcome to the challenge," and then I'm just like, "Okay, first off, Johnny, they just competed in a season and got to a final, and second off, I'm like, I just watched Ride or Dies. You guys didn't do anything this difficult on Ride or Dies."
Yeah. I will also throw in the fact that I like the I like the fact that they did Ride or Dies instead of what Challenge USA had to do, which was a bunch of puzzles. Remember that? That
Mm.
sucked. Yeah. So I wonder if they were like, we learned our lesson. No more puzzles. That's dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you end up with Devin as a winner.
Next we have the weighted puzzle. You have to weigh it. You have to judge it by weight, and then organize that puzzle or something like that. Uh, that's kind of interesting. That's new. Didn't
I
mind
will
that.
say that I liked all these little challenges that they were doing. They were all very different to me. Like I don't believe I've seen these things in any other season before. Usually it's a variation of similar things, but like hitting a tire, the whole concrete roll, this puzzle in particular, all very different. I would do want to say that I like Tristan
Oh,
Tristan
that guy. Right.
from
He won
UK.
that UK, right?
And I was very bummed to see him struggling so hard because he destroyed that final
Yeah.
in his season to win it. And then I was like, oh man, this is not good as a fan for him.
Yeah. I wish the beginning was like the legends, just sitting down in a big theater and watching all the seasons, so we get glimpses, and they could react. I don't know. That'd be
Do you
great.
think Tristan, I didn't watch him at all. Do you think like it's like in the NFL, if you're really good in college, you get drafted first overall, but sometimes it doesn't work out in the NFL and you're a draft bust. So is Tristan, is he going to live up to the hype or is he going to be a bust?
Oh shit.
So far, he's not doing great. I hope that he does better, but
And
even
usually
in
busts
mission
are
one,
great.
he doesn't do great.
Mhm, mhm. And then you have to raise a flag. You have to raise a big old pole. Not half
Oh,
staff,
right.
but yeah.
It's like, what? You got to raise a flag. Oh, right. The end of the actual.
Do you guys hear that fucking snowplow machine behind me?
It's unbearable, Vince. Can you please go talk to them? No, I
Yeah.
don't.
I
I don't hear that.
I
oh
want you to
really?
put on your Karen coat and go outside.
Yeah. I was barely hearing you guys. Yeah, that it was so
Oh,
it's
wow.
so loud. Yeah.
I had to leave to put my cat outside because he wouldn't stop meowing.
Let's talk about the
For
winners.
these flags,
Yeah.
doesn't Troy get over there pretty quickly and then he ends up getting like fifth or something? Like he just couldn't get this pole up.
Yeah. Smaller dude,
It
but
happens to the best of us. All right.
my
I
my
like Grant,
flag,
so I was pretty happy that he was doing so well.
he wasn't in the final. I was like, huh, that's interesting.
He was not.
Yeah. Everyone else were basically of the MVPs anyways.
I believe for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. What made him so gosh darn special?
I think he was just good character on Australia.
All right.
I remember him kind of being a dick, but I was like, yeah, I like him. And he's nicer on this season though so far.
But
And
he
he's
does
showing up.
win. He wins, and then Zara wins from the UK. And I just watched her in her final. She did really good. She lost by 1 minute. That was pretty nuts. And then the losers are going to be Tristan, and then Claudia from Argentina, Tristan from UK. But then we get to the what was it? The deliberation. And since Nathan is gone, Tristan is safe. I just have to say this. I had no idea Nathan was funny and shit. Like I really wish he didn't leave. I watched him in that one final. He was awesome. He was really cool.
I really like Nathan. I didn't at first, but he grew on me as the season went on, and I was really bummed because I was enjoying him through his confessionals and stuff on this season. Then all of a sudden, it's like rug pulled out beneath you. He gone. Forget him.
I hadn't seen him before, so I just saw like the little snippet of like the interview he had, and I thought he was really annoying, and I was like, "Oh, he's gone." I'm like, "Good, see you later." So it's interesting to hear that you guys liked him because
I think
really have
seeing
no
the
idea.
actual seasons fully helped because I didn't like the Argentina people because I haven't seen their season. So for me, I was like, I don't even care about them. They can be charming or whatever, but I don't care. I do like Benja
Right.
at this point, but initially I was like, oh, hate them all, get rid of them.
Oh man. Yeah, I kind of felt that way, but everyone else is kind of okay. I just have to say this though. Fucking USA is probably going to win, right? Because all the other players are USA, the legends, right? There's going to be some weird sense of patriotism to make sure USA wins, right? They're going to
That's already starting in the second episode when after they pick teams.
Right. I'm saying it's like if they truly did have 4 different countries compete and then don't have those legends, that'd be better. I would like that way more. Yeah.
I agree. Like an individual challenge or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems like they tried to like it seems like there's more USA players. I'm not sure, I didn't actually count it, but just from watching it, it seems like there's more USA players. And then also it was like after they paired up, like it was Tori and Theo, and they're like, yeah, they're team UK. And I'm like, Tori doesn't care about UK. Like she's
Tori's
gonna
with
be
Danny.
Oh, she's with Danny?
Sarah's with Theo.
Oh,
And yeah,
Sarah,
I
right.
think if they
Oh, okay.
whoever they got chosen by, that's their place
Yeah.
they're from.
Yeah. So I don't know. They were trying to frame it like there was like, oh yeah, now they're part of Team UK, but it's like they're not going to vote that way.
It was
Yeah.
it's a very strange kind of yeah, I agree.
The actual deliberation, it's so now they have to figure out, they have to vote 2 different options to go against Claudia, and then the winners will choose. So they choose Kaz from UK, which was awesome. I mean, that's not awesome, but she was cool. She won, right? UK.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. And then Kiki from Australia, which did she win? I don't remember. I just watched this. She was in the final.
I think she did. Yeah.
Yes, her and Tony, right? Australia. Okay. All right.
Right.
Yeah. But I guess there's a big plot, right? There's a big plot to fucking use Kiki as a distraction or something like that. Sarah comes up with something. Remember
They were
that?
trying to get it to see because both people there who won were UK and Australia. So they wanted to put in a UK person and an Australian person to see if because they were going to vote for their friend and keep them in and vote for the other to put in elimination. So they wanted to see what that tiebreaker would be.
Oh
And
shit.
the way it ended up, I wonder if it would have been different had Nathan not gone home.
A lot more annoying, right, Dave?
Yeah,
He's good. He's good. Trust me.
we're not missing out.
Let's talk about the actual elimination, huh? We're almost done with this episode. Where Grant and what's her name, Zara are tied the votes. They don't want to go against their own country or whatever. But since it's a female elimination, Zara is the tiebreaker. So we have Claudia versus Kiki in pole wrestle. You guys talk about this because I personally am tired of the pole wrestle. It was amazing once, yes, but it's overdone. We need something new. Come on.
100% agree. I'm tired of it as well. May I add, Claudia is an attractive lady.
Oh yeah.
She's a beautiful broad. But anyway, so they battled it out, and didn't Kiki at one point do the splits to not like kick the pole out of the hand? So
Yeah.
that was surprising to kind of see something new still happening with the pole wrestle. But
I'm sure Claudia was
Uh,
like, "Oh, if I was a couple years younger, I could have done that."
apparently she
so
won a
I
few eliminations on her season.
Dave?
I do agree that the pole wrestle is getting a little like overdone, and we're getting fatigued on seeing it. However, I will give them props for actually using a pole, because I hate it when they use an object that has handles on it and it's super easy to hold on to, like we saw with the Australian one, because then they're both just holding onto it forever and you can't ever lose grip. But with the actual pole, it's a lot harder to hold on to. So at least I like that they just went back to the old original pole that you can actually just, it can slip out of your grip.
You know what? I would prefer a yoga ball, like what could be watched, seen in the EC Challenge 5, I think, on YouTube.
Yeah, from 2014.
Yeah. God, that was so long ago. Dave, I believe you won that particular.
No, I got second place, Vince.
Oh,
Thanks
did you?
for
Oh
bringing
shit!
it
Oh
back.
my god.
Well, actually, I won that elimination, but I
Yes,
ended up
yes, that's
second
what I was
place
trying
in the
to.
season.
Right. Oh, you're my Brad, but before he won.
Yeah.
But yeah, Claudia is gone. That's really too bad. I was interested. Not only was she attractive, but I don't know. I right away I felt bad for Argentina. I just think they're screwed. I just think all these English types are gonna stick together because you have Australia, UK, same flag, same difference, right? And then you have USA, which are like, well, that's where we come from originally, so why not? So I just felt really bad for Argentina. Yeah.
Do you
Well, that
remember Kellyanne? We'll talk about her in a little bit. But Kellyanne's like, "What? Where are they from again? What's the name of their?" She can't even remember where Argentina, what their country they're from. She's just like, "Get them out of here."
wow. There's something weird about Kellyanne, and we'll get into it in the next episode.
I
Oh
think I
yeah,
Yeah.
have it. She's being weird as hell in my notes. Yeah, she was being weird, all caps.
All right. Well,
yeah.
that was the end of that episode. But we will come back for the next. I think I made my point. Or not at all. All right, so let's talk about World Championship episode 2. Finally, MVPs get to choose their legend partner. Let's go through the list for funsies. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, first one. Grant from Australia chooses John A. That is the number one pick. That would have been my pick as well.
Danny was pretty upset. He was like, I was gonna pick either her or Tori, and I think he would have picked John A for sure. Because he seemed to be vibing with her.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's surprising how John A, like in my mind, I just think of like John A from like Battle of the X's 2, and like she was not that good of a competitor. She was just average. She just blended in with everybody else. Like she was not a standout at all. But then ever since these All-Star seasons, she's just like a world beater. She just is awesome. It's crazy. Like her transformation as a competitor, it's super impressive. And now she's the number one overall draft pick. So it's
well,
awesome.
yeah, she sucked on X's too because she was being emotionally battered by Zach the whole fucking time.
He sucked before that too.
Okay. I'm just trying to get I'm trying to point out Zach's flaws, and there are many.
Zach isn't on this season.
But this is okay, fine. John A has more wins than Zach. I just hate
Oh.
Zach. I don't like him. Sorry. All right, next we have Zara, and she chooses Wes. Would you guys have done the same? You have bananas, you have Jordan, you have
I would
Jarrell.
go Jordan. And if I didn't be able to get Jordan, I'd go Theo. I love Theo.
Hmm.
I would have gone
Wes.
Wes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then after Wes, I would have gone probably Bananas and then Theo and then Jordan.
Not a
And
fan of
then
Jordan.
Jordan.
I,
Why?
I don't like Jordan. I think he's an asshole. But
Uh,
then also, he's only got one hand and he's gotten caught in certain eliminations like pole wrestle because they like to do that so much where he's at a disadvantage.
Theo, doesn't he have one eye?
I think he's got 50% vision in one eye.
Ah, damn it.
Like, he
I was hoping it was like a fake eye and you could just take it out whenever you wanted, like periscope style. That'd be great.
Yeah, I liked how Johnny Bananas had to like point the champagne bottle at him, like, watch out, Theo. And I
Oh
was like,
God.
okay, Bananas. Like, it's not something to joke about. The guy almost went blind. Like, come on.
Sarah says that was a hit to Johnny's ego. And then you see Johnny like just like, oh yeah, you're gonna pick Wes over me, huh? Woohoo.
That was satisfying. It really was.
Did you like
So
Yeah.
Did you like Wes's line of that he's the Lamborghini of partners?
I think I would have if I cared about vehicles. If I had any respect for cars. Why is that a good one or something?
I just wrote it down.
Never heard of it, man.
If you would have said Toyota Prius,
Yeah.
then it would have been like, yeah.
But Wes is gonna be he's under the UK flag. How about that?
I like it. It's a good pick, but it's risky. But it's it's you're going for broke.
I
I
think
like
it
it.
was riskier before, but now him and Bananas are friends though. That's all. I think it's a whole nother ball game, right?
That's true.
Next we have Ben. He chooses Casey. I think the love's gone for Casey for all of us, right? Are we all just kind of
Did you ever
dismissive?
have love for her?
I mean, if there, I did like her. I liked her in Double
Greenway?
Agents. What? uh, I don't know, because when she twisted her leg, she was like, "I want to go on, but Fessel sucks." Remember that?
I don't like her.
Wow. Did you say you hate
Tired of
her?
seeing her. I
Really?
hate her guts, man.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
I don't like
Just
her
there.
either. She loves Nani, and I hate Nani, so naturally I can't like her.
Yeah. Oh, she's got that Nani stench all over her. I know
It smells like stale cigarettes.
it. Next we have Kaz. I like Kaz. She chooses Jordan. Bananas still not picked. This is great.
I did I didn't realize this was a thing that Kaz and Theo used to date. Did you know about that? Did you
Oh,
know about that,
right.
Vince?
Right. So were they on each other's show at one point? Like UK X on the beach or something like that?
I'd imagine. I have no idea.
Dang. I'm jealous
But
because
but they put that in there, so I'm assuming that at some point they get into an argument, which I'm ready to see.
I'm not. I like Kaz. I don't want her to feel no pain, man. And if he fucking hurts her ever again, I swear to God. But yeah, I don't know. Chooses Jordan. I'm kind of over Jordan myself. I think he's annoying because every time he does something, he's always like, listen, this is the smartest thing anyone's ever done, you know? And Wes does that, but he's more flowery about it. You know, he uses way more words and stuff, but Jordan's just like, people are idiots, not me. He's just always doing that. He's got this superiority thing. Ugh, so gross.
Yeah, Jordan's got to be happy that Anissa is not his partner. So Jordan's just got to be ecstatic now.
I'm just happy Anissa's not here or Nani. That's so
Oh
great.
yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, they all keep mentioning how everyone here, like all the teams end up being pretty good. Like there's no real weak team amongst them all besides Naya's team. I don't think they have much of a shot.
Whoa,
But
whoa, whoa.
beyond them, everyone has a good teammate. And I just think they're all pretty stacked. There's no weak links. There's no one like, oh, they're going to go into elimination immediately.
Other than Tristan, but you know.
Well, hold on though. What do you think of this team? Danny picks Tori.
Because his wife told him to.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny
that's
because he's like, I didn't pick who my wife wanted me to pick last time, so I made sure to do so this time. Like, dude, you won your season. What do you don't follow her advice? Do what you already did because you won.
sounds like Kiki is never fucking satisfied. Holy shit, man.
I feel like Danny would rather do what Kiki wants than like to do what's best for his game. Like if she told him like just go in, just vote yourself into elimination, he'd be like, okay. He just does what she says.
That must be some
But
fine
Naya said
ass.
it was real.
Oh,
Naya's like, oh, I like that you have so much love for her and this and that. And he's like, yeah, yeah. Are you coming on to me?
Oh,
I
okay.
did notice a little tension there. Like Naya's looking at him the same way she kind of looks at Jordan, you know? She's got a crush on him.
Before she touches his dick without consent. Yeah. I'm getting that same vibe.
But Danny's just like, hang on. He's like, I'm gonna talk about Kiki for 20 minutes straight. He's like, this is my whole life. All I do is talk about her. This will turn her off.
Yeah. He's like
Just kept her going on, made her even more. I never mind.
Okay, I gotta say this though. Tori, right? That's the partner. Are we gonna have some more Jordan Tori bullshit? Because that was the whole last season. Ride or Dies, right? And then what about Naya and Jordan? Weren't they a blossoming thing?
I I mean, I guess I kind of appreciate Tori and Jordan having some drama on Ride or Dies because there wasn't much else going on.
Mm.
But I really hope it doesn't kind of continue over into this. I'm a little over it. And then Nia and Jordan are weird. They they like love each other. She's always like, "Oh, I love him. We hooked up." But Tori's his soulmate. Oh, they shouldn't be together. It's very confusing.
Well, let's move on. Justine. Okay, god damn it. So Justine, I like a lot. You know, she wasn't one of my favorites, but she was definitely up there. I mean, out of the people I wanted to return from USA, but she chooses bananas. This is going to be tough to watch. You know, yeah. I still don't like bananas, even though him and Wes are fucking butt buddies, man.
I get why she picked him. I mean, Darrell is still there. Pick Darrell. What are you doing picking bananas?
Actually, I would choose bananas over Darrell because Darrell heights, he doesn't do it. Puzzles, he doesn't do it. That's sort of a big thing. Yeah.
And Wes beats him at everything. So
I don't know about that. No. Darrell beat Wes in Fresh Meat 1 and then beat him in Champs versus Pros. Remember that?
Yeah, good call.
yeah, but when they got into that big fight when it was Wes versus Darrell, like Darrell was like, "Come on, step outside," but Darrell didn't step outside. He was scared.
Did you see what he did to Brad later that season, though? I don't,
That's
I
true.
don't know
But
if Wes would have been.
Brad was drunk, so it was an easy knockout.
Maybe Darrell knows. He's like, if I use these, like I'm going to prison, man. Life. All right, let's talk about Benja choosing Jody. Jody didn't want to be picked. Remember, she's like kind of like trying not to make eye
It's
contact.
so awkward and obvious. And he's even saying, yeah, she won't look in my eyes or my direction, but I'm going to pick her anyway. I
Well,
think he's just very confident in himself that because he was even like, oh, you know me 15 minutes. You know me. You like me.
Jody's a good pick, I think. I mean, she's quite phenomenal in missions and stuff like that. But the fact that she didn't want to be with you, that would hurt. I wouldn't have done it. I would have picked up on the little eyes thing and I'd be like, I would feel that. I wouldn't be able to do that. That would be like
Who was
Anissa
left at
taking
this point, though? Like in terms of ladies, she was the best pick out of the rest.
yeah,
For
what
sure.
Naya, Amber B. I don't know. I might choose Amber B over Jody just because Jody, she's so cold. She has no personality, and I would
Yeah, no
need that.
social game. She has no friends in the house.
Yeah,
Amber's
Like,
also been hated on every single season,
it's
though.
very true.
If Ninja's
Yeah.
watched any of them, he's probably gonna be like, "Oh shit, don't want to be connected to her."
Moving on to Kiki, not that one, Danny. Calm the fuck down. Kiki, who won Australia, she chooses Darrell. Now, this is good. I think this is. I've always said Darrell is one of the better partners you could ever have. He trains
But
you
you
up.
want to pick him.
He builds you
Great.
up. What?
You said you want to pick him, and now you're saying he's one of the better partners to have.
Yeah.
So get your
Yes.
story straight.
Hold on, though. Hold on. He builds you up. Remember, he left Double Agents, and then Amber B. She was like, "Holy shit!" He had me wax on, wax off, and now I'm there. He made me this good.
did he, or was it just the fact that she was partnered with CT?
I think he did. Remember how good he did with Kara, how good he did with whatever Fresh Meat 1. Just trust me, okay?
I mean, he was
done the
kind to
research.
her as she lost
Oh my
immediately.
God.
But
Jesus Christ. I know what I'm talking about. All right. I'm willing to die on my shield or
I
something
thought it
like
was I thought it was funny that Kiki was like, he loves wine as much as me.
that.
As if that's why she was picking him. Like what?
yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, geez, Darrell still got like a wife and kids at home. Like,
What? You're not allowed to drink after becoming a father for a while?
Not with some random Kiki girl.
Kiki's not gonna cross that line. I don't think Darrell and Darrell isn't either. I don't believe so.
I don't feel like Darrell's going to be getting like, whoa, yeah, wine anytime soon. I think he might be just a casual, like,
No, he's slapping that bag. I know it. All right, moving on to Rodrigo, and he chooses Naya, Hurricane Naya. I wouldn't have. Yeah, I don't believe in her. I think she's going to be good in eliminations, but
She
she
did do a
did
lot better on the All Stars final than I thought she would. Like she was winning for a good portion of it, but I still don't believe in her. If that seems weird, but
because what's her name? She ended up getting third, right? Overall, Naya. And then it was what's her name? The chick that pissed the bed. And then it was Janae. Sorry, that's my
Wait,
quick
who
reference.
pissed the
so
bed?
funny.
Who are we
Remember,
talking about here?
remember
She
on
did that in season 29. He still refers to her as the girl who pissed the bed.
Kayla?
Kayla. Yeah.
Kayla.
I forgot about that.
Like I wouldn't kick her out for eating crackers in bed, but what she does outside of that, yes. All right. Where are we? Rodrigo versus why Rodrigo versus or picks Naya. Rodrigo, oh, he's the older guy. He's like what, 45 or something like that?
Oh yeah, okay. The guy with the
Yeah.
gray hair. Yeah.
Yeah. He could dance, he could salsa.
Oh, he's got some moves.
Yeah. Next we have Emily from Australia. And this is another non-finalist. I think that's kind of weird. But I guess she was cool or what?
I think they were just trying to get representation for the season, and maybe the other finalists said, "No way, Jose." But she's also an Olympian, so they can kind of like throw that out there. We got an Olympian.
Oh, she's the swimmer, right? Okay. But she chooses yes. And I like me some yes. The whole idea of
Same.
it, very positive. He's cool.
Yeah, it's a good
And
value pick at this late in the drafts. I like it.
I wonder if Yes and Wes are going to butt heads once again, because that was a sort of a big thing for All Stars 3, which I enjoyed, even though I would prefer them to get along. Next we have Troy from Australia picks Amber B. And this is great. Troy, he's like this tall. Amber B is like above the screen. I like this pairing a lot. I think it's going to be fun to watch. I don't know. I just like Troy, and Amber B's awesome, so I'm ready for it. You guys Amber B fans, or you guys consider her more like Casey? More like this is a
I
flavor
mean,
of
I
the
like her
week.
way more than Casey because Casey is like bottom person for me right here. So Amber's, I mean, I'm indifferent to her. She's fine. She's harmless.
I used to be a big Amber B fan. Last season, she started to get on my nerves. It's like her weird drama with Michelle, where
I was just about to mention that.
where like she's like she didn't hug me after she got voted in, and she's like, okay, she got voted in, so she's upset. And like Amber's trying to make it about her, and it's like this has nothing to do with you, Amber. Like you're just trying to get screen time. Like just shut up.
Yeah, it was very weird. She was like on the verge of tears in her bed talking to Chauncey. Like, I can't believe she treated me like that. Like, oh my God.
Did you guys hear about her diagnosis, perhaps?
I was just reading about that and some of the stuff that Tori was saying about it.
And there's backlash for Tori too.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Tori is I don't know. I like her, I think, but it's like 50-50. I don't know. She's really pushing it. I don't know why. I don't know yet. How do you guys
She's a
feel about
little bit
Tori?
like Jordan, where she's a little bit of a narcissist, and it's kind of just whatever she thinks goes.
Yeah.
You saw that especially in Double Agents. Like, it had really gone to her head when she was like, oh, these rookies, like, whatever. They're trying to put me in elimination. And then she goes to elimination and loses. And I was like, this is amazing.
I remember when I think she got beat by whoever, but she was like, she beat me. All right. So this girl's amazing because she beat me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, lose with some sort of dignity or some sort of word. Goddamn. So bad. All right. Where are we? Sarah chooses Theo. Sarah, the co-op. She's a cop. She only talks through a fucking one side of a fucking mouth. That's so weird. I don't know. She's annoying. I really didn't want to see her back. I didn't feel like she properly won. I have a lot of suspicion. Danny as well. Like we heard about the producers like, hey, psst, what kind of puzzles are you good at? You know? I hate that shit.
This is actually my favorite team right here. And I don't necessarily like Sarah, but she's a good competitor and she is seems like a psycho. So she's always bringing like some good drama, or at least from what I've seen of her. She did make me laugh when she was like, "This person and I had a good conversation about him coming to America and getting married," and then picks up good
Right.
old Theo.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it'll
she
be
does
hard to
do
beat him.
that. She anytime she has an interaction with someone, it's like I don't know, like you can see that she's a cop and she looks at things through this lens because and she was on Survivor and she would always do that on Survivor where she's like, I've never talked game with them or them. So she's like, so we must be working for opposite sides because I've never talked to them. It's like, no, that doesn't mean they're your enemy. You just haven't talked to them yet. So like Sarah just she plays everything where it's like she draws a line in the sand. You're on that side, I'm on this side. And she'll kind of
Cross
do
the
it
blue
based
line is what she's
yeah,
saying.
and she does it kind of based on nothing. Like she'll have no interaction with a person. She's like, they must be on the other side because they haven't talked game with me. It's like, okay.
Well, I
And
still
there's
remember. Oh, go ahead, Scott. I got something
I
though.
was just going to mention, I put in my notes here, there was this moment after they all get picked and they're back at the house. She's sitting on the couch with, I believe, Kellyanne and Emily, and she does this strange thing where she's like, I think it's an uphill battle from here. Such like a generic line. And then she just stares at Kellyanne, who isn't nodding along. Kellyanne just kind of sighs, and then Sarah just keeps staring at her, like waiting for her to like acknowledge what she just said. So
Uh,
then Kellyanne's just awkwardly like, right, because of course it is. What do you mean? Like you wanted a response to this? It's not some grand speech that you just made. You just said some stupid line. It was just really weird and intimidating, I bet.
well, yeah, she learned that shit in the interrogation room. She would have a phone book and beat up Kellyanne if she was in the right. The other thing, though, I forgot about this, where she was so confident in USA, and she was so fucking full of ego, and then she won right before the final, the mission, and she's like, oh, "I've never won any of these before, never in Survivor, all those times," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So what's up with the fucking ego then? Like, why do?
She
Oh my
didn't win any
gosh,
missions in Survivor either.
yeah, she
Oh,
didn't.
wow.
But it's that classic cop. I don't. I'm not going to try and bash the cops, but it's
You
far too
already have.
easy.
They're on their way.
Oh no, that's swatting. Is that the same thing? All right. Moving on to Tristan. Picking. Well, no, he didn't. He didn't pick Kellyanne. They were the last to be picked. So Kellyanne is given to Tristan. So let's talk about Kellyanne now. So she seems a little
Unhinged.
yeah, a little edgy.
Little
But this
offer
is
rocker.
yeah, and what sucks is that she used to be really calm and really level-headed. Like I remember when in the ruins where Wes and Evelyn are crying and yelling and shit because they just put Evelyn against Kellyanne, right? So they're crying, and Kellyanne's like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Fucking, they put you against Evelyn, and now you guys are gonna have to fight it out in the ruins." And Kellyanne's like, "Oh, that sucks." Like that's all. But now everything frazzles her. I don't know. It's truly bizarre, and I'm
Yeah,
worried
she
for
seems
her.
like a totally different person. Like I don't recognize her personality at all. Yeah, I mean obviously she's super paranoid. She, and like rightfully so, she doesn't have many like alliances in the house and she's probably on the bottom, but like just her whole personality, like from what we saw, like of her, like 7 years ago, 10 years ago to now, it's I don't know, it's like a different person. It's very strange.
Are you saying Wes dodged a bullet?
Perhaps I don't know. I wonder if she's like medicated or something. Like she just doesn't seem the same.
Hmm, yeah, I don't know. Wes will do that to you, I guess. All right, so and then Juji, what's her name? Juji fruit? What's her name?
Hooey.
Oh yeah,
Hui?
because I thought it was Juji or as well, and then someone said Huey or Huey. I don't even remember.
Hui, right? It's like
Yeah, it's like a cartoon sneeze. That's how I remember it.
so Nelson is not picked, right? So Hui and Nelson are together. And I think I mentioned this before in another episode where I'm like, I think I'm done with Nelson. I don't believe he will win. I don't think he has that edge in him. I think we're always going to be like, oh, Nelson, you tried, you're smiling, you could be funny, but then, oh, what do you know? You're betrayed again or something, like it's old. I'm not interested in watching it. It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
I really loved Nelson up until about Total Madness, and then he just started losing easily over and over, it seemed like.
You
And
go against Fessy. Took him out twice.
but like he had built this reputation of being great at eliminations and just having, which is funny, so much heart because they put that as a specialty on his stat card, and everyone else has like endurance, strategy, and his is heart. But yeah, I miss that version of him because now he's kind of corny and just eh.
Yeah, he's definitely corny. He's like, PG WWE, where it was like when you used to have like the Attitude Era of Nelson when he was like with Hunter and Corey and the fearsome foursome or the four horsemen or whatever.
They were the young
But like
bucks.
now, yeah, the
Yeah.
Young Bucks. But now it's just like he's just all smiles and he's happy to be there, and he's a good partner for Hui because she seems really nice and likable. But like I don't expect him to win at all. Like I'm like, he'll hang out and be there for like 4 or 5 episodes, and then he'll be gone.
It's too bad. All right. Well, let's get into the mission. It'll be really quick. I'm just going to say that Janae and Grant win. That's where you got to pull the heavy ass chains and form a shape. What sucks is that it's not all the same shape. I feel like that's lame because what
Yeah,
if
like if
Janae
on the
and
outsides were easier than the ones on the
yeah,
inside or something like that.
yeah. I don't know. I think it's weird. I think it should all be equal. But yeah, Nelson and Hua are last. That sucks. I hate that. But one of the coolest things about this mission is just when Theo is outrunning Wes and he leaps, it hits the bell. Oh, so good.
But it didn't
I
really
put that
matter
in
though because his partner was behind.
there.
Like
Right. I think he did it just to fuck with Wes. It's like I got there first.
Yeah, didn't he say like, oh, it's just like War of the Worlds 1 final where I beat you then? He didn't say all that, but
Yeah,
he could have.
they cut to him on the ground just yeah, it's like
Episode 12 or
I
whatever.
thought the placings were pretty interesting for the teams. Because it was Grant John A, Jordan Kaza, Ben Casey, Emily Yes, Benja Jody, Kiki Durrell, then Danny Torrey, Zara West, Theo Sarah, Troy Amber, Justine John. Like I just thought some of those would have been a little higher and like vice versa, like switched and whatnot. Um, I
Yeah,
wasn't
but
really
it
going
was
with that, but
no, I mean that makes sense because like I said, it's not all equal puzzles. They're of varying
well, that was also part of the
difficulties.
strategy is like you had to get to the one if you wanted to try one harder that but it was closer so you could get it started sooner. I don't know.
Would
okay,
you
so like Justine and Johnny Bananas finished pretty far back. Are we sure that Justine is good? Like, I don't really remember her,
I
but
like
like,
her. I never said she was good.
I get it. She's a pretty face, but other than that, like, is she good at anything? Because when I look at the other female competitors, like, I feel like she's at like the back of the pack.
Eliminations. She won all her eliminations in Challenge USA. And like I said, I like her. I never said she's like the future, not really. Okay, so let's after that though. Kellyanne makes a faux pas. She's like, maybe we put USA in first, and then that's when someone's like, I'm on USA. I think it was
Jody, yeah,
Tori.
Jody's like,
Tori.
you're talking to Tori, who was on a USA
Oh,
team, and she's
yeah.
like, "Huh?"
So you know what? If I did that, maybe I would be acting like Kellyanne, like nervous and shit. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to
I mean,
judge her too
Tori
much.
immediately went to her Lions, and
Yeah,
then
she just
Sarah's
got
like,
up.
if she said that, throw that bitch in. I'm like, oh,
She's like, yeah, I'll turn off my body cam, and you could do whatever you. Okay, I'm not gonna keep going. All right, let's get into deliberation where they have to pick two different teams. That's when it's becoming very obvious it's going to be Kellyanne, right? Wes doesn't save her. Not that he could, but I don't know. There was no connection with the two of them when they were on All Stars 3. I think they said like maybe two things to each other. So I wasn't surprised that that connection wasn't there. I don't know. Even though I loved uh Cass. Yeah, that's what I referred to him as. Or Wellian, but yeah.
I like Welly Ann.
Wellian.
Yeah, it was interesting because Wes votes for Kellyanne and for Jody, but like Wes has connections with them. Like they go way back, for over 10 years. So like Wes, like, I think he said it as well. He's like, I'm letting everyone know that I am playing the middle. I'm not like on any certain sides. I'm just gonna play the middle until it gets to a certain part in the game, and then I'll pick a side.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay, so finally, what do I got here? Oh, okay, so this ends on a fucking cliffhanger and a pretty lame one at that. Kellyanne goes to John A and they're like, I hope you don't put me in. And John A never really says anything. It's just very non-committal. They're just standing there in awkwardness.
Yeah,
And
she's
it
like,
just
what would you do? And he's like, I wouldn't put you in. I wouldn't. I wouldn't put you in, John A. It's like, okay, Kellyanne.
yeah, I don't know. I hope it pays off. I hope that maybe Kellyanne goes out in a ball of fury, or John A does decide to save her, and then that pays off in some way. But it's very odd to end it this way. I'm like, do I even care about Kellyanne that much? I don't know.
Well, then it was like 2 episodes, and we had one female elimination. That kind of made me upset. It's like, come on. If they would have had 2 eliminations in the first episode, I would have been a little more okay with this stupid cliffhanger. But I never think it's fun when they do these cliffhangers. Sometimes they do cliffhangers in the middle of an elimination.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how will it end?
Yeah, I like this isn't on MTV. It's on Paramount Plus, which is streaming. So like in my head, I'm like, okay, well, there's less reason to just have a to have a cliffhanger. No, like they don't care. They're set in their ways. More cliffhangers. Like what's that? There's like the episode's only 45 minutes. Let's cut it off right here.
Gosh, I don't know. I hope they don't continue that, but who knows? But overall, though, I'm excited, especially since I did that little bit of research watching those finals. That really helped. That really built the season for me now, and I'm way more excited. In fact, I'll probably rewatch these episodes at least one more time, just now that I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really good overall. I'm very excited for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I'm very excited, but like cautiously excited because like I already know what's gonna like I don't know, but I know because I've watched the challenge before, and they're gonna do that same thing that they do every year, where it's partners right now. We're gonna get to like episode 10, and they're like, all right, now we're gonna split you guys up, and you're all gonna be solo. And I just know they're gonna do it because they do it because they're always like, oh, TJ's always got a twist, and it's like if you do a twist every year, it no longer becomes a twist. So I'm just I'm expecting it at this point. So it would be a twist if they didn't do that, and we just have partners the whole season, which is what I'm hoping for. But oh well.
Speaking of TJ, I watched those finals, and those other hosts are superior. TJ doesn't hold a candle to these other
Not the
hosts.
Australian lady. She was bad.
What? Oh my god.
I really liked the other ones too, and I was bummed because they all were there for the first episode, and I was like, "Oh, cool! They're gonna do like a thing where one does the mission, another does. It's gonna be like
Ooh, that'd be
a
awesome.
alternating type of thing." And then no, it just went, "All right, here's everybody," but now we're just doing TJ for everything, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did seem like I'm like, oh, they're gonna have them all here. It was like, okay, it was like where you have like the English announcers, and then you have the Spanish announcers, and then the German announcers, and you're like, oh, okay.
See,
No, they
that's what
just
I liked about the Australian chick. She did commentary. Remember that one host for Champs versus Pros? He did that Cruz guy. He's like, oh
yeah,
shit, now
Victor
call him.
Cruz.
Yeah, or Victor Cruz. He'd be like, "Oh shit, CT, he's gonna go for it," and like he would just say things out loud, and I like that, and that's what she does, man.
I really
TJ,
did
what
like
does
that
he do?
aspect.
Stick out his tongue, squint his fucking eyes.
Vince, you think you like that, but if you watch Survivor and it's just Jeff Probst just giving narration the entire time and never shutting up, it gets old really fast.
All right, fair enough.
I,
um,
I do think that it was overkill at some points with the commentary, but I did enjoy it overall. Like I
yeah.
could have felt like, oh, maybe 50% of that I would have enjoyed.
Something about a woman talking you just can't stand, can you?
Well, the UK guy did it too.
All right. Well, in that case, like, subscribe, comment. This was Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud.
Scotty Allwood.
And Famous Dave.
Click.